Hey, what's up? I got some more lore content for you guys. I've been getting a lot of comments recently about new players getting into the game and enjoying my beginner decks videos, so I wanted to double down and make even more expansive guides for players to jump in and start figuring out what decks to build. I plan on covering one region at a time so that I can explain the general idea of what the region is trying to do, the deck archetypes associated with it, and to allow players to choose what direction they want to go on in the region rewards path. Noxus and Demacia have both been covered, so check those out if you haven't, and we're moving on to the frigid north of Freljord. General Freljord strategies include Frostbite decks that reduce enemies' attack, allowing you to win combat, control styles utilizing Avalanche and other board wipes, and Poros, a fun casual strategy that I'll be covering in this video. Before I get into the Freljord decks for beginners and intermediate players, if you're new, please consider hitting the subscribe button to stay up to date with my content. I make deck profiles, beginner-friendly videos, gameplay highlights, and other lore-related stuff. The road to 5,000 subs is over. Thank you so much for subscribing and being here. Next is our journey to 10k. This is the only channel where you can get my specific style of content and in-depth guides, so you won't regret subbing. I also stream on Twitch often, so check me out over there if you're looking for live gameplay of someone who's at Master Tier every season, even peaking rank 1 a while back. Quick premise before I talk about the deck specifically: for super new players, I have a tip for you. When you copy a Legends of Runeterra deck code from anywhere, it auto-saves to your clipboard. All you need to do is click on Import Deck once you already have copied the code, and the client will automatically insert the deck for you. The cool thing is, it will show you what cards you're missing so that you can work on resources in order to fully make the deck. Last side note, these decks are not meant to be craftable day one, as that is not realistic. I'm showcasing decks that can be made after a couple weeks of play, so you have to work towards each of them, some more than others. These are easy to learn, play, and craft decks compared to what else is out there, so with that we can finally talk about the first one. Alright, so for the first deck, I definitely want to showcase something with Ashe. I think Ashe is a really good beginner strategy because you start with 2 or 3 of her from your 7-day login reward. You're given like an Ashe Shadow Isles deck, but that one is not as good as other potential Ashe decks out there. Whenever I make a new account, I like to play Ashe just mono Freljord, a whole bunch of Freljord cards, but I think the best way to play her is with Noxus actually. I mean, just look at this curve, look at how nice this is. This is definitely the way to do it. Oh, and 25-15. Oh, everything just looks so nice over here. This is a mid-range deck, which means it's trying to end the game in the middle of the rounds, while also being able to deal with aggro and control matchups. It's a well-balanced deck that really likes to pop off in the mid-game. So, I'm going to talk about the numbers a little bit here. We got some Frostbites. So for new players, Frostbite reduces the enemy's power to 0. You use this at burst speed. Some of the Frostbites have conditions. Some are pretty generic. You can just hit whatever you want with it. And that's super good at helping you win combat. Freljord is also generally home to the best combat trick in the game, aka Troll Chant. Being able to swing 4 stat points in your favor is really, really insane. If you run any Freljord deck, you're pretty much guaranteed to run this at like 2 or 3 of, for the most part, unless you're playing something super, super control-y. Yeah, Troll Chant is just like an auto slot in. Highly recommend it for new players. Always do the Omen Hawks, always do the Troll Chant. Those are like the generally powerful cards. But for us, we're also playing around our like turns 3 through 5 and even 6 power spikes. So on turn 3 we have like Trapper, who's a good statted body. We have LeBlanc. Also, I'll talk about champion stuff in a second. We have ways to deal with the enemy board, we have ways to slow them down, and we also are stacking our Ashe, our LeBlanc for our win conditions, and just putting out a lot of pressure, like turns 3 through like 6 or 7. And yeah, we're trying to end the game with that, just by being really strong in the mid game and beating over the opponent's boards. We have a little bit of draw here, pretty nice. What I want to talk about though for sure is champion preferences. You can do like 3 Ashe, 3 LeBlanc. You can do 3 Ashe, 3 Sedge, but the way I've always really preferred to run it is the 2 LeBlanc, 1 Sedge, so you get a little bit of each. It's really nice to have just like a variety of champions, but again, you can do this with whatever you want as long as you have the champions and can craft them. If you're on a little bit of a budget and you want to run this deck right away, you don't technically have to run the LeBlanc or the Sedge. They're just in here. You can replace them with whatever else. You can replace them with like Braum if you want to. I think a good one would be maybe Darius. I think Darius counts as a nice like Noxus finisher. And Tryndamere is also pretty nice too. So if you're on a budget, you're a new player, you don't got the LeBlanc and the Sedge, you can replace them with these big overwhelm finishers for sure. They have synergy with the deck as well anyways. Other than that, we have a little bit of draw. We have some epics. I think you start with 1 or 2 Hearthguard, so he's not like super hard to get. You also need Reckoning. This is another epic card. This one is a blowout card, it's called, because if you resolve this against your enemies, you kind of just won the game. It just absolutely blows out their board. You just kill everything and you still have something like alive at the end of it. It's really strong. So yeah, that's pretty much the entire theme of the deck. I'll play it out. Hopefully you guys can get a good feel on what it's trying to do. It's a little hard to explain. It's also an easy deck to get into, but a hard one to master. I think there's a lot of awesome skill expression that you can learn and can show off when actually playing this deck for multiple games. Alright, so for our showcase game, we got Lurk. Very powerful deck. We're pretty good into it though because we have Frostbite. Frostbite stopping Rek'Sai is really good. So Glory Seeker's also fine because they don't have 1 damage removal, so she gets to stick. Elixir of Iron, we don't really need in this matchup. Don't really need Reckoning either. It's kind of a dead card because Lurk gets out of the low attack areas pretty fast. Okay, perfect. Omen Hawk on 1. We'll play that. We're also attacking on odds, which is really good. That way they don't get to attack and immediately start proccing Lurk. Good card too. I could just play Glory Seeker. I take so much damage this turn, right? 2, 4. That's fine. As long as it's not Rek'Sai off the top, we're chilling. And we're chilling. I can take 4. So I want to do Ice Veil Archer and then like swing over it. Omen Hawk hitting Assessor lets her proc off of her own ability, so she's going to be a nice card draw for me too. And we also have Brittle Steel for a potential Bone Skewer if he runs it. So that's pretty nice. Yep, this works. No board? No board. Perfect. No Snapjaw Swarm. We take those. Blanc's good. Yeah, I think we can just like keep controlling the board. I wish LeBlanc got hit by Omen Hawk. Not that it really matters in this matchup. That'd have been sick. I don't have flash freeze for this, unfortunately. Back to the deck you go, Rek'Sai. Fairly well. Assessor, draw a lot. Do I need draw? Do I just play Hearthguard? I like Hearthguard. But draw though. A Hearthguard though. Hearthguard into draw makes more sense. Because next 2 turns I can like pop off like a strong Ashe or something. Let's Swarm. Ah, he whiffed Lurk. It's probably over. I've controlled the board too well. All it took was that 1 flash freeze, like, priority kill. Ooh, that's a problem though. That is a good Lurk, isn't it? I have Brittle Steel Culling. That's a 4 mana combo. About Sejuani this, and then Brittle Steel Pike when he attacks. What that? How about that? Outplayed? That seems quite good for me. Alright. I threaten lethal on open with grab. Yeah, let's do it. I got 3 sisters. Now I can pressure lethal here. If he has Bone Skewer, I'd be able to 3 sisters flash freeze, and then we'd win on that attack. Exactly 10 damage. Nice. Alright, some quick closing thoughts about Ashe midrange. I just want to say that it's a very good deck at learning the fundamentals of the game. There's a lot of interactions that go on with this deck. You're doing a lot of like burst action combats, so it's really good at learning like how valuable that can be and learning when to use your your combat tricks. Very, very good at learning fundamentals. And honestly, it's a really honest deck. I like this deck a lot. I think it's super good, and it deserves to win when it does. Alright, so for the second deck, I want to give some appreciation to Poros. Poros is a reason why a lot of people get into the game. They're super cute, they're super fun. I always want Poro decks to be viable, and I like seeing them pop off, you know, every once in a while. I will admit though, this is a casual strategy. It's not meant to be taken too seriously. However, variations of it have hit Diamond and Master in the past, so it is technically possible to climb with this deck, but it's mainly for new players to enjoy playing Poros without needing to invest in a bunch of champions, because all you need is like a couple Brahms, and honestly, Brahm is optional. You don't need to run him. You start the game with 2, I believe, so honestly, it's fine. Just throw him in, and then throw in a bunch of Poro stuff that are mostly commons and rares. Only epic being Aurora Borealis, and then the deck is good to go. So let's take a look at the curve. The whole point is to play your aggressive early game units, get some elusives going, have Brahm take some damage so he summons an Overwhelm Poro, and then you play Heart of the Fluffed, which combines all your Poro stats and keywords together. You get a really big elusive Overwhelm unit. It's just a lot of fun. The level up animation for this guy is so cute. He's basically like a mini champion with tons of power. It's a ton of fun. The biggest problem is if it gets silenced or mini morphed, then it's just like, wow, that's anti-fun. But for the most part, you can also just go wide with elusives and hit the opponent's face over and over because they can't block it. So yeah, I really like Poros. I think they're really fun to break out every once in a while. I still play them casually. They got some power to them. They're really, really tricky. They're really sneaky, and I like that. However, they're pretty easy to play, so you gotta respect that too. I think there's another card we could run. I think it's called Give It All. Give It All. Here it is. So it does kind of the same thing as Heart of the Fluffed, except instead of putting all the stats on one person, it spreads the stats out evenly across your entire board, allowing you to hit with a bunch of elusive units that have a lot of stats. So that could be a slot in as well. Maybe instead of Heart of the Fluffed, you could play Aurora Borealis to find him. If you don't find him, you play Give It All instead, or some kind of combination for sure. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Alright, we're fighting Rally Elusives. If this makes it into the video, then that's how you know I win. I mean, that's a spoiler. I always play games that I win and put them in the video, but if we win this deck is just not fair. I can't believe we're fighting Rally Elusives. Holy shit, what a tryhard. Alright, Porobot, yep. I'm pretty excited to play this deck, though. I really like Poros. I think they're a ton of fun. We have elusive blockers. We have Patch Porobot. That's kind of cool. Iterative's good. Honestly, Ice Veil's really good. Frostbite's super good in this matchup, so... And maybe we got something. Maybe we have a counter pick here. We'll pass. We want our Poro to be alive so we can get the Herder draw. This is Impact. That's okay. So this guy gets you a new keyword every turn. So we want to play him. I don't know what's optimal. Anything that can be shared to Heart, I guess. Three Sisters. That's also pretty good. Augment? When you play a generated card? Damn, that's kind of fire, actually. Yeah, let's swing. Let's do that. If he does Twin Disciplines or Sharp Sight, or like Iterative, the Daring Poro. Doesn't look like we have to, though. Sure, we'll Porobot. Augment's cool. So if he develops anything, I'm just gonna Ice Veil the Zed. Iterative. Kind of interesting. Yeah, Ice Veil that. Then... Okay. That's completely fine. We could just do... this. Iterative. This. This. We'll block here. This makes more sense. Prevent some damage here. That. Play new Daring Poro. Troll Chant, that's also really good. Let's do this though. Do another one. Now we have Troll Chant mana. We could full swing. We pressure quite a lot. That's it? We're down to 7? Okay. I wonder if he rallies this turn. Poppy. Okay, no rally. Poppy's kind of spooky though. I want a Three Sisters Flash Freeze so that she can't spread her attack. Oh, it's open though. Open into rally probably, right? It's kind of annoying. We could do this, block here. Do Troll Chant. Here. Here. Here, here. Here, here. Here, here. Here, there, here, everywhere. Kind of tough. I think it's here, there. We could do... Is it maybe? This plays around Sharp Sight. I still have an elusive blocker. If he does rally, I have Three Sisters Flash Freeze for Poppy. I probably should have blocked Poro Herder to Poppy, right? That prevents more damage. That was kind of silly of me. Wind Disciplines? Alright. We'll do second Troll Chant then. Troll here and here. Okay. Now I have 2 elusive blockers for rally. Oh my god, he's on the sharp side as well. Three Sisters Flash Freeze. No. He lives, but no rally. What? Oh, okay.
Don't look twice.
Well, fair enough. Now we know his entire hand. Horror the Fluff doesn't work because we don't have Overwhelm. If we had Overwhelm, it'd be very good for us. Let's just full swing, I guess. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I misplayed the block a little bit. It's a little awkward, but since he doesn't have rally, we kind of just went through that. Alright, for some closing thoughts about Poros. Again, they're just really cute. I know a lot of people get into the game like, oh, there's Poros, I want to play those. So this is probably one of the best variations to do that, especially with Fabled coming out a little bit ago. He's a really good support. Highly recommend it. Definitely give it a try. Alright, for the last deck, we got Zombie Anivia. This is the most by-the-books control deck that Legends of Runeterra has ever seen. It's not combo, it's not anything besides pure control. And I don't really profile control decks as much as I should, so I thought it'd be nice for new players that really like the control style. You want to play, you know, 15-20 minute games, hey, more power to you. I got you with like the perfect one, especially for new players. It only requires one champion, and that's Anivia. Yes, you don't start with her, so you have to craft her, but after that it's mainly just like a couple epics. I think you might start with one Ruination, I don't know, but after that it's actually pretty cheap to make. You just have to get all the important commons and rares. And yeah, you just play a control style. You have a lot of removal, you have a lot of stall so that you can get to your mid and late game win condition, which is just playing Anivia, having her die, play Rekindler, summon more Anivias, because she goes to egg form, right, when she dies, and then when you're enlightened, which means you hit 10 mana, she levels up and is absolutely annoying to deal with. She just does a bunch of AoE damage, kills the opponent, you get a whole bunch of her through Harrowing. Oh, it's so hard to fight. It's really, really strong against aggressive decks and burn decks because of the amount of removal and heal. So for the most part, actually, if you fight aggro, they're going to FF before you can even play out the entire game. So hey, at least we got that going for us. Kind of can be fast. This is not my preferred playstyle, so it's going to be a little hard to showcase, but I can explain it to the best of my ability and try my best. We'll see what happens. Alright, so for the Zombie Anivia game, we got Fresh Nasus. We're going to keep Vengeance for Nasus. Battle Piece is good against its early game. Sentry's good. We'll pitch Ruination. Alright, Double Vial. So we should be able to deal with the self-slay early game stuff with our removal and bodies. Because most of them have like 1 HP. Bean's good as well. Yeah. We'll play Sentry into that. Sentry can trade 3-1. Ravenous Butcher could come out too, though. Okay, no Butcher. We'll just take our draw. Be on our way. If he wants to do Rite of Calling, he can do that. Can't really stop him. Nope, no Rite of Calling. We pass this. We can't just, like, play Vile Feast because he could be on Glimpse at any time. It's fine. Okay. Ooh, we have Gluttony and Anivia combo. Hopefully I can show that off. That's really cool. He wants to pass? I'm kind of fine with passing here too, to be honest. We can pass again. We're not really doing much, it seems. Fresh. Vengeance that. Don't play Anivia on 6. Probably gonna get Glimpse here, right? Yeah, I figured. That's fine. He hasn't really slain a whole lot, so his Nasus is like a baby Nasus. Yep. Maybe a double Rekindler. Shit, do I run 2 or 3 of these? Second Thresh. Okay. What? Oh, Proactive Glimpse. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. That makes sense. Butcher. That also makes sense. On my turn, looks like it's a Blighted Ravine game. Oh, really? Huh. That's surprising. Why don't I just Rekindle it then next turn, first action? Maybe I'm chilling. What if I have to Vengeance that though? Rather than Rekindler. Let's see what he does. Already dealt with 1 Thresh. I know he wants to play something because he wants to force this Thresh. Alright, we'll Vengeance then. He can't level Thresh now. Okay, so that's that dealt with. Sounds fine. Another Butcher. Damn, I might be taking a lot of damage on open here, huh? I have Vile Feast. Catalyst is really good.
Our penance is to serve, Curator.
You serve the Empire.
Hmm.
I am but your guide.
This is dying. I guess it's Rekindler.
One candle for every soul.
Okay. I can deny this. Because I can do here, here, and then I can Vile Feast this, so that Nasus doesn't strike, which means he doesn't level. Doesn't look like he's leveling anyways, actually. Because he's not killing anything of mine. All he's doing is killing my egg. Think he's on a buff? I don't think they run buffs. I mean, I guess he could be on, like, his own Vile Feast. So maybe I accept the block as is and see what he does. Because he might force Vile Feast on this, or on this, to make it trade, so that Nasus can hit to 10. Right? No, he can't do that. He would be at 9. Yeah. So I could have Vile Feasted this. But holding the mana is also fine. Alright, so let's do another Rekindler.
We each died, then found home.
Then we can do Gluttony on this Anivia. I'll summon another Rekindler. Then I'll have 3 Anivias. So I think I should have 1 more Rekindler in deck. There we go. Got the egg back. File. Okay. I don't think I swing into this Nasus. I can do it next turn. Because if I swing into Nasus, he blocks, he just levels. And that's kind of annoying. I need me a Ruination off the top.
A new era begins.
Do this.
Naivete.
We can block here.
Protect this place.
Here, here. Bumps that to deny the hit. Harrowing. Do a quick heal there. Black Spear. Okay, glimpse that. Yep. Oh, there's Ruination. Nice. I kind of like to do that, yeah. Seems pretty good. I don't know about this Nasus, bro. Rite of Calling, destroy mana gem. He's gonna get another Nasus. And I'll deal with this one. Oh, you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna use the spell right now. Oh, never mind, it was Thresh. I thought he was gonna do Siphoning Strike. Now we have to hope he doesn't run Rite of Negation. Oh. Cool. We have Harrowing for our next attack, so we're chilling. Black Spear's fine, thank you. Heal up. God, we're so annoying. I feel like I'm annoying the hell out of him.
Observe the price of ambition.
Oh, we don't attack. Never mind that. We've killed all 3 Threshes and a Nasus already. Sure. Sure. Just use everything. You got it. Hit me with everything you got. I'm gonna Harrowing. Actually, I died to Atrocity, like a random one, huh? I think it's last card Atrocity? I wouldn't doubt it. Right. Infinite Anivias. Let's go! We got it. No Atrocity. We just grind him out. Alright, so some closing thoughts about Zombie Anivia. It's all about knowing when to use your resources, when to use your removal. Like, honestly, most of the time in the early game, you're going to be passing the first few turns because you just want your opponent to overdevelop, and then you can, like, Avalanche them, Withering Wail, stuff like that. Double Vengeance, really nice. Having the 3 Rekindler was really good for me that game, so I still had a Gluttony target after I drew 2 Rekindlers, so... Yeah, I mean, It's pretty good for a control style. If you enjoy that playstyle at all, then I highly recommend checking this out because it requires the least amount of champions of like any of the control decks. And that's it for this one. Please like and subscribe if you thought this video was informative or entertaining. It really helps me out since I'm still trying to grow. I'll be releasing more deck profiles, guides, and gameplay highlights in the near future. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Laters!